So obviously I'm going to have a divorce party, and it's literally going to be a work expense because it's work's fault.
When the boss was away, we talked to the marketing manager and they okayed it, so we're all good. Here we are.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Firstly, so hot, and that is mainly why you're following.
Did you make this segment just so you could...
Pick up?
Honestly.
You're listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, Around the Dinner Table with Cherie, Cam and Lorne, where we chat all things food and business.
All right, welcome to Pepper and Me, Around the Dinner Table. My name's Lorne. This is
Cam.
And on today's episode, we have a special guest. This guest is a 2-time award-winning children's book author, Keepers and Together, which is ironic because she can't seem to keep it together. Cherie Metcalf, how are we doing?
Hey!
Really good. That was right up. Oh,
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm absolutely
anytime.
thrilled to be here today.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to this one for a while,
I
actually.
have, yeah. It's a really good setup you've got going on here. I can imagine it's cost the business that you work for an extortionate amount of money.
Thankfully for Cam and I, we've set up a bit of a deal here where all the profits go to us, but we've got on some real big sort of high-tier, what would you call them, advertisers to come on board and fund it. So we're actually all good. We're pretty flush, to be fair. We're all good.
Who's your key sponsor for Around the Dinner Table?
Starts with a P, ends with an Epper and Me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, when the boss was away, we talked to the marketing manager and they okayed it, so we're all good. Here we are.
Cool. Yeah. All right, so everyone's probably wondering what this podcast is going to be about, what the Cam and Lorne podcast, what we're going to talk about. So I've just put down a little list
Cam and Lorne.
to give it some structure to your podcast.
Yep.
So around the dinner table with Pepper and Me, what we want to talk about is food trends, business ideas, goals, what we've got going on at Pepper and Me currently, what we're looking forward to doing in the future, what we've cooked lately or what we've eaten lately. We're going to get some guests on, so we want to talk to chefs, we want to talk to like food bloggers, people who own restaurants, local foodies, anyone making food, anything like that. Hopefully they're going to all be lining up to jump on here with us. Kitchen hacks and techniques, anything like that, and then definitely some dirty dishes. So who's done what wrong? We always have a good yarn of what's gone wrong.
Screw ups.
So we'll make sure to include that.
Yep.
And then we all know what everyone actually wants to listen to is basically everyone's naughty stories. So we're going to do an Across the Bar Lena podcast, which will run under this podcast at the same time, but that'll be our After Dark.
Yeah, and that might just be every second or third week rather than every week is the plan.
Yeah, we'll all have to pick up our game otherwise because I actually don't even have any good stories for the last month.
Yeah, we might have to dig back 10 years ago for your stories, eh?
I know, summer of it hasn't been hot girl summer, has it?
It's not been a hot girl summer, I'll tell you that much. There has been no action.
Healthy girl summer.
Well, it's a work priority now, so you're actually going to have to start getting out there.
Does that mean it can fund it too?
Yeah. I was
Now
literally.
it's a
Do
business
you know what?
asset.
I've got
Being a
this.
pest.
I've got this on my list here.
Stories.
Get a work
I've
stories.
got this on my list to talk about because I need to ring the accountant. I've been separated for 2 years next week, so that means I can get divorced.
Oh.
So obviously I'm going to have a divorce party, and it's literally going to be a work expense because it's work's fault.
That
I'm
seems
divorced.
feasible, doesn't it?
So
Is it just going to be the new Miley Cyrus song on repeat?
it's literally going to be the Flowers video clip relived. I'm lining up. I've just ordered a what do you call it? A blazer, like a blazer,
Oh, no,
and that's
you
going to be my
haven't.
outfit.
Oh,
Yep.
dear.
Yeah.
It's a good outfit, that.
It's going to be good, eh?
I think I'm going to go for that gold dress.
And it is. Are you going to go do the gold dress?
I'll try my best, yeah. Or that bikini.
Everyone's just going to come in their bra and undies. I might put some exercise equipment to scatter it around.
Can we take a second though to appreciate that song?
It's the best song I've
It's
ever heard in my
bloody
life.
good, actually.
Yeah. Pepper and Kit's new favourite. It's even Dad's new favourite.
It was, his Spotify is going to look weird at the moment after this. Poor pup Paul. Miley Cyrus, sing to, Miley Cyrus, sing to. It'll just be on repeat.
It's very good. All right, so
Nice.
that's what our podcast is going to be about, and then open to suggestions from everyone's feedback.
Totally.
So we're going to have a run through today, and then we'll see how it works out, and then we'll make any changes we might need to next week. So the first segment, what has been on your plate? We all just wanted to talk about, well, we want to pick one meal we've eaten in the past week or cooked and sort of highlight a bit, maybe showcase some local restaurants or something that we've cooked or some Pepper and Me products. So who wants to kick off?
What's been on my plate? Not this last week because it's been pretty shocking. And to be fair, we well and truly overcooked the eye fillet at the batch. But I just can't stop thinking about the porchetta that I did at Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
But it's annoying because if I want to do it again, I've got to spend like $120 on the big pork belly.
A whole pork belly.
And to be honest, I don't really have that many friends to feed, so it's just not worth it. But
That was probably the best pork belly I've ever had in my life. So how did you do it? Talk everyone through what you did with it. It was a Broil King, wasn't it? Rotisserie on the charcoal.
rotisserie on the
barbecue.
pellet grill.
Pellet
grill. And it was just roll pork belly with loin. Sort of you wouldn't call it butterflied, but you flatten out the loin so you can make it as good as possible in terms of getting all of the seasoning in there. The chimichurri in there.
So you put butter. I call it butterfly. And like hollow it out and then rub it with chimichurri. And then did you salt bed? Nah. No salt bed. But we
sort of tried it, but to be honest, it didn't do it for that long, so it wouldn't really count. But I don't think you need to do it as much in those the rotisserie and in the Broil King with the heat.
Right, because it
doesn't matter as much. But it was so good.
It was a sensational piece of pork.
Yep.
There's a recipe for a porchetta in the Together book if you wanted to give it a go. It's a hard thing to nail, but once you do, it's absolutely spectacular. Showstopper.
It is.
Campbell. Tied up, eh?
Yeah, tied up.
Me. Okay. Well, last week, what I've been eating a lot of vegetables actually lately. A bit of a change of pace from that Christmas New Year's time.
Yeah.
Put together a little bit of a spread. Made mango coleslaw essentially. So mango, spring onion,
fruity coleslaw,
cabbage, bit of red onion. It was like $20 to get that one red onion, but
ugly shaped at the moment as well.
Yeah, they're a nice taste of summer though.
Yeah, well that's all thanks to the rain. We've got nothing good.
Yeah.
No watermelon, no tomatoes.
No berries.
Don't get me started. Yeah,
like the berries aren't
shocking. Cherry tomatoes are still $6 a punnet. Anyway, sorry.
And what else did I? Some capsicum.
Yeah.
Then I did some crispy tofu, which was essentially tofu coated in corn flour with cumin, and I actually did a little bit of rock de za'atar, not heaps, but I added a bit more cumin to that and put it in the pestle and mortar.
Yeah.
Smash it all up.
Yeah,
and then do you coat your tofu and then just deep fry it, or?
I just lightly pan fried that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bit of oil.
Go real crispy.
Yeah, nice and crispy. But the other way to do it is just straight in the air fryer.
Yeah,
but
good idea.
It doesn't get the nice, how
doesn't get the
add
colour.
oil,
Doesn't get the
same
same
colour.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. And then I made a little satay sauce to drizzle over that.
Nice.
And that was with, I've got it here actually. I had to write it down. It was with peanut butter, sesame oil, some fish oil, soy sauce, salt, rice wine, vinegar, and then a little bit of lime juice just to kind of like add to that mango flavour.
Nice.
Very good. Sounds like a special occasion? I wasn't invited. What are you cooking for?
It would have fed a few people, A couple?
It was Campbell pulling out all the stops to impress a girl, but I don't know if it was even a date. I might have just been hanging out. I think it was just Campbell.
Good time.
This has been happening a fair bit recently.
Oh.
You invite someone, you have been having dinners and...
Yeah, just...
Are you going to ask or like make a move, or are you just going to keep cooking dinners?
Well, the good thing I like cooking dinners.
Cooking dinners. We could give her a call and ask her. We could do a live
reckon.
call on the podcast and ask her if it's a date or not.
Hey, why don't...
After dark.
Say that after dark.
Yeah, we'll have a few beers and we'll put some people on the phone. Yeah, all right, park that one.
Sounds fair. And then actually I wanted to quickly mention I went away to Whiritawa in the weekend. We had fish and chips there.
Nice.
And went to they had a general store at Whiritawa, fish burger. Phenomenal.
It's good.
Yeah.
If you rate it.
You love a fish and chip, eh?
Yeah, big fan of fish and chip.
I'm an anti-fish and chip, but all right.
I just get fish and chips for the pineapple fritters, eh?
Well,
That's
actually,
the only reason I go to fish and chip
I
shops.
just always feel like
good.
death afterwards.
Tried my first one on Saturday.
Nice.
Battered pineapple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nah,
Oh,
I think that's the best thing.
I
about
love
fish and
them.
chip.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nah. I still reckon Viv Conway's reasoning for ordering potato fritters is like the the best yarn. It's just a chip, but it's not just a chip, you know? She goes to a fish and chip shop.
I guess potato fritters.
Did you know McDonald's has started doing potato fritters?
Have they?
Yes, they have in Aussie. You get like a thing of chicken salt with it. They do it. Yeah, they call it a scallop potato.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That sounds way better than a...
I should
like
try.
fried.
I should. Yeah, it's literally a scallop potato. They've started doing McDonald's. I should have tried one when I was in Sydney, but I wasn't going anywhere near a McDonald's.
yeah, bigger fish to fry.
I'm an elitist. Yeah. All right. My one. I just got back from Sydney, so I have to really mention Mimi's. I went to Mimi's for dinner, and it was the best meal I've ever had in my life. But I made a horrific cock up because the fine dining we'd been to the night before, we only got 2 very small courses for $180 each. So I thought, we'll go down for a snack at the fish shop. We had some anchovies on toast and some sashimi before dinner, and then we got there, and it was a 7-course meal with 3 snacks for the same price. And we sat down and started eating, and it was the best food I've ever tasted in my life. And then after the snacks, we realised we were in deep trouble. Like, there was so much food, and we were horrifically full. Like, I was with Dev, and he couldn't even... He was like, I'm actually not coping before the main. So we had to, but it was honestly the best food I've ever tried. I think honourable mention goes to, they do a caviar bump, and we didn't actually get it because we had caviar and lots of other things, but it's basically a bump of caviar on. They come and put it on your hand, and you do a shot of frozen vodka, and they wheel it around on a trolley. They put the bump on your hand, and you have the bump off your hand, which is a big tablespoon of caviar, and then the shot of frozen vodka. And it's like one of the special things that this restaurant does. But we had the caviar.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, it's a caviar trolley. They wheel it round, and
like one of the trolleys in Harry Potter, and they'll...
pretty much, like a crepe trolley at an old school restaurant. And they put the bump. It's $50, bump of caviar and a shot of frozen vodka. But like, it's literally like the best caviar in the world. You know,
You didn't do it.
No, because I'm not drinking at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm being
right.
an elitist.
Ooh.
So you wouldn't do the bump without having the shot. But I watched everyone else do it. We had the caviar pie, which had a scallop mousse, and it had like sliced scallops on the bottom. This pastry was just the most, just melt in your mouth like to die for. Then scallop mousse, sliced scallops, loads of caviar on top, and a lemon butter kind of sauce in it. Just absolutely blew my socks off.
How was the scallop sliced?
Just like a sashimi along the bottom of the pastry, then the scallop mousse, and then the caviar on top. And I saw it, and I expected it to be served cold, and it was warm. And it was just one of the most memorable eating experiences I've ever had in my life. It was insane.
Nice.
Like 10 out of 10. If anyone's in Sydney, get to Mimi's. That was the best thing. And we went to Benelong the night before, where we got the 2 tiny courses, and I didn't really rate it, and I definitely wouldn't go back there compared to the following night.
Yeah.
So that was my absolute highlight of the city trip. Very good. We had some good food at a Hopi last week, though. I think my brekkie tacos have been the best thing I cook, which is like smashed up black beans, avo, salsa.
They're always good, but I just always feel like it's missing bacon.
Do you reckon?
I do.
Yeah,
I
well, you
do.
could totally
I
put
do.
bacon
It
on
just,
it.
Like, because it would just add a punch of texture and just.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for bacon.
maybe
with
like some
breakfast.
crispy chorizo
Yep.
and with the black beans and avo
Yep.
and salsa.
Yep.
That's probably my favourite dish. That's in the Keeper's book. And if anyone wants to give it a go, it's a little bit of admin, but I reckon it's my favourite breakfast by far.
100% worth it.
Definitely worth it.
And leave out the bacon.
No. I mean, why would you ever leave out bacon?
I'm not a fan, eh?
Yeah, but you put mango in a coleslaw, so fair enough.
Trust me, maybe that's why it wasn't a date.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I can't wait to get her perspective on this date. Okay, moving on. TikTok, I'm not going to say TikTok, but the food trend of the week. I love seeing how different food trends just come and go, and some of them are great and some of them are so interesting. And my most noticeable one at the moment is definitely this tinned fish trend. I think that anchovies are going to have their absolute moment this year. So is caviar. They're just like going through the roof. But there's all these other little tinned fishes that are coming along. Like you can get tinned mussels, tinned like chili, all sorts of different fish. There's always there is everything, any type of seafood. They put it in a tin and they flavour it. And they're selling these tins of fish for like $80 for a tin. And people on TikTok are sitting there and doing these tastings of them. And they look gross. Like they do not look nice.
I just can't. That just blows my mind because even like tin tuna, I'm like, yuck.
Yeah, it's a weird concept, eh? But they make these tins beautifully. You should see the design on them, Campbell. You'd froth like the most beautiful tins
'Cause
You
it's
never see.
just preserving, really, isn't it? Like tinning them. Is that
Yeah, I
right?
guess so. But they're adding flavour, so there's like chili mussels or.
Right.
And then there's people are having these tin fish date nights, and it's like the highlight of their week. They sit around, they have some tin mussels, some tin,
There you go. There's an
like
idea.
3
Cam.
different sorts of fish.
There's
and
your
then they
date
have,
night.
like
I need
some
these.
crackers, and they might have some like little chips and a little pickle, and they pair the fish with they're like, this goes really nice with a pickle, or this goes really nice with a slice of onion, or
Do it.
if you
Rate
haven't
it.
seen it, have a look up tin fish on TikTok or on Insta stories. It's just absolutely fascinating. I want to do a video of us trying some tin fishes.
All right.
We don't get the selection in New
Yeah, I
Zealand.
was going to
though.
say, we're a bit behind,
I
eh?
bought heaps in Sydney because I was going to do some videos there, and then I got sick and we didn't get to do it. So
Nice.
I was gonna say, I actually haven't seen too much of the tin fish, but I've been pretty hermity. But I have been seeing pancake strings. Have you seen that?
oh,
pancake
yes,
noodles.
yes.
Yes.
And they do it on like a flat grill, eh?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you do put it in a squeezy bottle
And
Oh,
just,
or something.
Yeah,
Blow
you
it
can
out.
just slowly draw it out.
Drizzle out your
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of
Oh,
pancakes.
that's
eh?
so
When I-
good.
Actually, I'll
Pancake
try that.
spaghetti.
I saw people making mini pancakes, like pancake cereal, and they do like a teaspoon, like tiny. And I was like, that is so stupid. But the pancake string's actually quite cool.
It'd be so
yeah,
good.
yeah. I just
Douse it in like. Oh,
we should
Yeah.
give that a go
Sauce.
too. Actually,
We should make that. Yeah,
that's
rate
not a
that
bad
trend.
idea. You could do shake and bake pancakes and just like put a little hole in the lid
Yes.
and drizzle it out.
Drizzle it out.
I'm all about shake and bake pancakes.
Still waiting
Yes,
for
you
it.
love a shake and bake pancake.
peppermint pancake. Eh?
Oh.
Little
It's
pancake
so
mix.
weird.
We
Yeah,
could
but it's
do a
just
pancake
flour
mix.
and bloody baking powder with a teaspoon of sugar. There's
Don't
no
tell them the
point.
secret.
No,
Don't tell them the
There is
secret.
no point in doing a peppermint pancake mix.
Oh well, never
To
mind
be
then.
fair, Lorne, probably how many do you buy of pancake mixes a week when you
Oh.
know damn well you could mix the
Yeah,
flour
I
with
could
baking powder in it?
I could make it easy, but it's like the Sunday morning thing with Abel. It's just pancakes, and he loves it. And why would you make a whole bunch of mess with a whole bunch of bowls when you can
It's
just?
one bowl and one whisk. It's literally one bowl.
But it already comes in a container, and you just put
Shake
water in
and
it,
bake.
and then like it's just the best.
All right. Okay. Did you have any trends that you've seen?
I don't know if you'd call it a food trend or not, but I noticed everybody going camping, and like I don't want to out anyone too hard on it, but you know people take their barbecues and then gets a little bit excessive, and people take their air fryers, and then it goes the next level, and people take their whole fridge. But like I think
Fridge, Thermomix, deep
Thermomix,
freeze, air fryer.
I think the Thermomix
That
is
so
just too
funny.
far.
Yeah. I mean, they
Maybe.
rate them.
I mean,
Yeah, not naming any
No.
names, but like, it's pretty funny when you take a Thermomix camping and then you eat the mince that you've made before you went camping for 5 nights. But I rate it. I'm
No,
not.
I'm-
I'm not
hey,
one to call out
no,
people. I'm
absolutely
making bloomin' hollandaise on my campfire stove, and like,
yeah.
I think the air fryer is. I'd never used one before in the last 2 years when they've been around. But when we were in that little unit at Waihi, I used that air fryer like 6 times a day.
Really?
I was making
We still haven't
crostinis
got
for
one.
the cheese platter. I was
Still
doing
haven't got
hash
one.
browns for the kids. I was doing like roast potatoes to go with our fish. It was the most handy appliance. Also, I would literally take all those appliances camping if that was me also.
Yep.
And I'd
Yeah, you
probably
would.
take an ice
That's
maker.
why you'd probably never go camping, because you would literally have to take like
Yeah.
3 cars and a trailer and a bus and like
Yeah,
everything.
It's probably not for me, but that's fine.
If you streamline your meals, then it becomes a lot easier, like camping.
Yeah, that's probably also not for me.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
streamline your meals.
Well, you know.
Streamline.
Go eggs on, you know, eggs on
2023
some kind of
streamline.
bread.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Cam? You got any trends?
Well, he's done his.
I don't
Oh,
know,
you've
mate.
done yours.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Right, we're up to follow of the week, which I think is always going to be a cool little thing to mention. I'll go first. My follow of the week is Nate Smith from Gravity Fishing. He is firstly so hot, and that is mainly why you should follow.
Did you make this segment just so you could
Pick
no?
up. Yep.
Honestly. Honestly.
Yeah, so Nate. Anyway, I met. Well, you were there, Campbell. You won't remember, but we met Nate at Stewart Island. When we were at that Sweet Mix Kids gig, and I met him and with Steph, and we were all just chatting, but we were all pretty hammered. And then the next day I followed his Instagram because obviously he's hot. I was like, ooh, up to. And then I realised he actually has this coolest business ever. So his business is called Gravity Fishing, and it's all about ethical, sustainable, and environmentally friendly fishing on a commercial level, and also he takes charters out for people and teaches them about how to catch and cook like seafood in an ethical way, teaches them about the history of the environment and all about the history of Stewart Island. But they basically fish to order, and they only fish the species that no one else wants. So, like, he's not pulling out 400 kilos of snapper. He's literally going out and being like, today I'm targeting this, this, and this because no one else is. And if the restaurants have ordered 350 kilos of fish, he will not take more than 351 kilos.
Right.
He is like, it's kind of just changing the game on fishing, which I think has needed to happen for a long, long time, and I've not heard anyone else speak about it. So I listened to a podcast that he did recently, and I was really fascinated about it because I haven't heard many other people talk about it. Maybe that's just in my circles, like maybe everyone is talking about it, but not that I've heard. So
Interesting.
See if you could, if anyone's interested in that. Nate Smith, he's in the podcast that he did recently.
That's awesome, actually, about the multiple species. Like,
yes, it
like,
is.
That's
It's really fascinating.
And that's like also challenging people to use it as well. Like,
very much so.
instead of just sticking to basics, you know. Like,
and the education that he's putting out there is very, very cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Me. So I got. You guys might have already heard of this person, but I got put onto Uncle Tix.
Oh.
On TikTok.
Oh yeah, we've sent him.
yeah.
We've sent him stuff.
We've sent him
product.
stuff,
He
yeah.
likes Pepper and me.
Oh yeah, I was just watching him before. I reckon he's a crack up. And I was about to say we should send him some stuff. But I obviously missed that one.
That was a while ago. Yeah, he's good quality, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Big fan.
It's always good when he's cooking and his food like thrown at the roof or something. It's always good. Good
Great
time.
quality.
Everyone likes a messy kitchen, eh?
I think you put me on to this person, Lag
Oh
on Chef.
yes, on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, just out of the gate sort of stuff, and I just love how he has a random idea and he just commits to it. And it was just like anything that you watch, I have to watch all of his videos the whole way through because I'm like, all of a sudden, like in the last 10 seconds of a TikTok, he'll be like, this isn't working, let's just try and put it back in the pan and add like 10 other ingredients and boom, now we have some butter. Like, it's just insane. But
he is out the gate, like the way his mind works.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah. So Lag on Chef.
Lago Chef.
Lagom Chef.
Yeah. But
Lag
he's an incredible cook. But I really love what he does, how he talks about, like, as a chef you taste things and you're like, it either needs more salt or more acidity or more bitterness or more sweetness. Yeah. And he like verbalizes that really well. So he's always tasting it and then he always add the element that's missing. So like most people you'll taste it and you'll be like, needs more lemon, needs something specific. But you can really use anything to achieve those 4 elements that the dish is missing.
Sort of balance it out.
Yeah, to balance the sweetness and the saltiness.
He's really big on like not wasting stuff as well, which
Yeah.
is really, really interesting to watch and see how he's just like, oh, I'm going to put these bones in here, and then he'll actually follow through with whatever he's doing. Whereas I'm like, oh, I'll save these chicken bones to make a chicken stock, and then 3 years later they're still in my freezer.
Yeah.
Because you can get a pancake mix out. Dinner, Abel.
Exactly.
This is the crazy scientist-looking guy out.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
wild here. Yeah.
Oh, and he just always looks like he's in pajamas. I love it.
He's this absolute state, but it's so good.
Well, you know, we all cook in pajamas half the time anyway.
Fair.
True.
Especially pancakes.
All right, that's sort of our like nice little structure done. We're on to what's happening at Pepper and Me.
Cool.
You got some stuff, Cherie?
Yeah, I
got some
do.
stuff. We
I
all got
have
some stuff.
a big topic that I wanted to talk about, which is quite Pepper and Me specific. We won't have every week, but I think this is a good opportunity to dive into a little bit about the tartare sauce, the burger sauce, and the aioli. So these 3 products have been staples at Pepper and Me for years and years and years.
Big deep dive for
I
number
know,
1 podcast.
I know.
Here we
We'll
go.
just give it a brief run through, but I think it's a good chance to explain. So we have been making that for 3-4 years. The tartare sauce is one of our best products. It is the best sauce in New Zealand. It won the award for best sauce in New Zealand. It stands up across like a worldwide stage. It is one of the best tartare sauces, that you'll ever taste. And then we had lots of dramas with our factory that we were using to produce our product when it was sold to a new owner, and they basically told us they couldn't make it anymore. They'd lost their cook, their chefs, their everything, and they could no longer replicate that product. And in that time, we'd had a few batches sort of starting to split. We'd had some issues, so it wasn't going well at that point. Then we found a new factory. They couldn't make it because they don't work with egg product. And then we found another new factory who were making it, and we had a few great batches, and we were really happy with it.
Good.
And then we had a bad batch of, was it burger?
It's a bad batch of burger.
So it was fine. And then about 2 or 3 weeks into it,
Split.
it started, no, it wasn't the splitting, it was starting to ferment. That was the fermenting one. So people's lids were popping off the burger sauce, and we basically he couldn't tell us why. That's been the whole issue, is that we didn't know why for a long time. So we had a new batch made of everything. Then it happened with the aioli. So the same thing happened, and the original explanation for the burger sauce was that it was the pickles in the burger sauce. They used a different brand of pickles, and he thought that was why it was fermenting. Then we thought they forgot to add the preservative into it, and then they tested it, and it did have the preservative in it. So we've been through like this process for months, really. We've had
eliminating what.
Yeah, and it's come down, and we have eventually come back to us and said it's the garlic. And we've got fresh batches of everything downstairs, which are fine and don't have any issues. But in that meantime, we've had to do 3 recalls.
Yeah, 3 withdrawals.
Product recalls, withdrawals from
which
shelf.
are pretty serious when you're in New Worlds and stuff like that.
I think it's very damaging to the brand, and it's a poor customer experience.
So we just pulled it and kind of paused it, didn't we?
Yeah, we've put everything on pause because even though we know it's a great product, it's just been too risky, and it's poor for our stockers because they're like, what's going on? And we genuinely haven't been able to give them an answer. And then when you're doing multiple recalls, you kind of have to throw your hands in the air and say, I'm done. I'm stopping making this, and that's kind of where we're at. But then we go and look at, like, I've just been in Sydney, and there's not a single decent tartare sauce in there. In the fish market, you know, you can't help but think, why would we stop pushing through with this product? But at the end of the day, it's a very low margin product for us. It's extremely expensive to make. We're using fresh eggs and oil. That's the product. Most mayos are made using thickened water. It's costing us $7 a jar to make the stuff. So it's not like we're, you know, doing well off it. It's just that we do it the best, and I've been proud to have it as part of our brand. So that's where we're at. I just wanted to really share that information with everyone. And we haven't made a decision yet.
No,
really.
We still don't know what we're doing.
We still don't know what we're doing.
We need to push on a little bit harder, I think, but we just don't want another one to go wrong, because if we end up having to do another recall or another withdrawal,
like
we have another batch
supermarkets
split,
are going
that's
to ditch us.
20 grand down the drain, and then supermarkets are going to be like, how do you guys keep doing this? How do you keep making that mistake? So we really needed the time and space, which will happen this year rather than at the end of last year in the middle of Advent calendars and Christmas. We didn't have the time or space to try figure it out. So this year we'll try figure it out.
And we've had the testing back, right? So we know it's the garlic now. So at least
we know it's the garlic, and we know
we've got the cause.
We know that there is another preservative that we can add to it to overcome this thing. And it's a natural. It's the same thing that ferments yogurt. So it's a really natural
I guess
thing.
that's actually a really important point to make, is that the product's never been dangerous. It's not going to make you sick. It's literally just starting to ferment, so it tastes a bit fizzy. So we were very lucky that we didn't have to do a recall that was on that level of like the berries and stuff. Like there's no risk to you. It's just the product is deteriorated, basically. So if you've had a deteriorated product, we've emailed everyone who bought a jar during that time, and then obviously all our stockists have been told, but you definitely miss people. I'm still every now and then getting like, hey, this doesn't look right. And because we haven't addressed it or spoken about it publicly, because it's such a complex situation and we've had no answers, we can't, it's really hard to say what's happening, basically. So I thought this was a really good chance to just address that really
longer
quickly.
Format to talk
anyway,
about
if you have had any issues, feel free to fire us an email. We'll get you a refund.
Totally.
And any stockists listening, that's where we're at with it, basically, as an open and honest point.
It must really play on your mind when you go to somewhere like Sydney and there's like obviously an avenue there where you feel like your product.
I couldn't believe it. You know, like I felt like I was at one of the fish market was insane. It was heaving. Like I felt like there would have been 20,000 people in and out of that building that day. It was incredible. And in the deli and in all the shelves, there was nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. It just sort of gives me that massive itch to like, oh my gosh. But then also like, what's the point, you know? Unless we're charging $20 a jar. What is the point?
Yeah, that's true. It's not like you're just making a sample.
No, and I don't want to be that person who has to charge that either, because I think that's also damaging to the brand too. If people are like, what, you know, that's excessive, but they don't understand, I guess, what. Well, hopefully people might understand now. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Interested in your feedback anyway. What's coming up?
Well, first of the month, first Addicts Pack's coming up for 2023, which is February 1st.
Don't
Yep.
tell me this is the Berry Bliss.
Berry
saga, is it?
Bliss.
So blissful.
I still think I'm owed an apology for
You
that.
are. I apologise to you this morning.
Oh, thanks, love.
You're okay.
So
Well, we got a little pack going out February 1st.
Yeah.
What's in it, Cherie?
So I've put it together to make a little date night, basically. So there's the bake.
Cam.
You're right.
No one else has got a date lined up.
It was literally I was just sitting here minding my own business.
I've got a few red flags.
You're making bull charger. What do you call it? A matador.
I'm full to the red flag.
Oh man.
After dark. So we've got a baked brie topper that we did in the advent calendar, which is a cranberry and pistachio baked brie topper with the recipe for that, and that's
Nice.
a beautiful little shared yummy starter. And then we've done the panna cotta mix again, the chai panna cotta with the berry sprinkle on top. So the berry is like caramelized white chocolate, freeze-dried berries, and like white chocolate flake kind of. It's incredible. It's similar to the Pimp the Pav that we did. You basically can just sprinkle it on ice cream, yogurt, smoothie, like anything sweet. It's really, really delicious. I put some on some strawberries and cream the other day, and it was just like out the gate good. So it's those 3 products to make you a cute little date night, and I think you get the recipes with them, and it's the 3 products for $30 shipped.
Yep. Free
Releasing
shipping.
on the 1st. Yeah.
Yep. So that's coming up. We've also got TikTok in little handbag tins.
Yep.
Pinch
We've got
pots.
the little pinch pots. So if you like to sprinkle those.
I thought the big jars were for handbags.
Almost Cam.
Yeah, and we also have our giant jars of mango and flaky online now,
Sure do.
which have been a massive hit. That's been our most sought after product.
Nice.
I've got something really cool coming up. What's launching? This ticket sales launch on the 1st of February as well, which is for the Flavours of Plenty Festival, which is something really cool that the Bay of Plenty has got. That last year was the first one. It's kind of comparable to Welly on a Plate, or they're trying to make it like Welly
Right,
on a Plate. So
right.
it's basically 10 days of celebrating the Bay of Plenty's food scene, so growers, makers, restaurants, people like us. And I've put forward an event which got accepted, so I'm going to be hosting a Pepper and Me long lunch at the Mount Surf Club. So beachside long lunch, Prosecco, we're going to do the porchetta, we're going to do just all my favourite
Nice.
things. We're going to bake the focaccia, we're going to do big salad plates, I'm going to cook some recipes from the book, and just get together. So we've got 120 tickets, and they go on sale on Wednesday. And that's going to be, I reckon it's going to be good. I did an event last year, and it was a bit of a shambles.
This will be cool. This will sell out for sure.
Yeah, what
Hopefully.
Date,
Has to,
what date
It's
was
the
it?
31st of March. It's a Friday afternoon, so take Friday afternoon off work and
Friday Arvo.
yeah, it's just all my. I've basically just put all my favourite things into an event.
Good way to do it.
Yeah, I've got Minerva coming to sing. It's going to be a great day. So if you're around the area or you feel like an outing, grab a ticket to that.
When do tickets go live? 1st.
1st of Feb. Yeah,
Nice.
it's Cam's birthday on Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, well, it's Cherie's birthday on Thursday.
I know.
Oh.
Have you got any plans?
Me? Probably be here, hanging out with you guys.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing too major. Probably end up at Pilot Bay at sunset.
Oh,
One
cute.
of my favourites.
Cute.
Fish and chips, most likely.
Mango
Mango
coleslaw?
salad.
Yeah. Have you got a date or is it?
Nah, probably you two.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mean.
I'll take it. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
What about you? You have any plans for your birthday?
Yeah, we'll have dinner at Lantern, and it's going to be low key because I'm not drinking, so it's actually going to be low key.
Actually going to be low key.
I'm not really sure there's any point, but I'm like, oh, why not? We'll go for dinner.
I love it how every time you say it's going to be low key, I'm not drinking. It's a sentence always together.
Yeah, I know, because I'm quite proud of that. It's actually on my win list. So I've actually been sober for the whole month,
Hey, well
apart
done.
from like a couple of drinks at the airport when we decided that we weren't even enjoying them.
We'll let that slide out.
So that's quite big
That's
for
decent.
me.
That's decent.
Yeah, I got very, very sick for a week, so my body is definitely like not sure about this. I've had about 17 messages asking if I'm pregnant.
What are you?
yeah. Is this an announcement?
I can confirm that I'm definitely not pregnant.
How do you know?
The red flags have not been performing that well.
After dark.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. And I didn't have COVID. Everyone thinks I had COVID. I just had, I don't know, I had strep throat. I got very sick.
I think we forget that you can actually just get sick these days.
Yeah, but I'm not usually, don't let it take me down. Like it actually took me down. Usually I just carry on with life and just...
It's just funny how like it's always like the first reactions when we like to have
Oh,
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, you know, like
yeah, no, I'm over it. That's why I didn't really want to talk about it online. Because I'm like, oh, like I don't. But God, do we really need to make this big deal about it not being that? You know, I don't know.
Yep,
I'm just over the word basically. I might ban it from this podcast going forward.
Bleep it out.
Bleep it out. Change it to red flag.
Yep. Red flag.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess looking forward with Pepper Me again this year. Personally, I think me and Lorne have been yarning about it while Cherie's away, but just documenting more around content and how we get to where we get in terms of producing products. I think that information's like quite eye-opening to see what goes on.
Like the process behind, like the thought process of coming up with a new product. Yeah, that's true.
Like a little bit more behind the scenes-y kind of thing. And maybe as well as that, getting a little bit back to the roots of Pepper and Me, where it's sort of at home cooking rather than Cherie cooking lunches for all of the staff.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I think unfortunately for the staff, it may mean that I'm cooking single meals for sort of 4 people rather than every day. I've definitely been like focusing on what people want for lunch rather than what can I show you using the product, what new and innovative things can I do.
Yeah.
So we might sort of change it to half lunches, half, you know, something new, something different. Try and keep up with these food trends. Try and make sure we're getting TikToks every day of like people just love that quick, punchy 1 minute. Here's how you cook something. So we'll definitely be trying to focus on that.
And like I said, it all comes back down to just trying to make that cooking experience for the customer more easier. It's easier. Like that's what we're here for.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, and then dirty dishes. I think I've already said mine. So almost 2 years separated. We're going to have the party, and I've been sober for the month. And that's about it. I think that I've got
in terms
on the personal plate.
In terms of news.
Yeah.
We're pretty close into the year. I don't really feel like I've got any actual massive dirty dishes.
Yeah, you're going to have to really dig deep to find some stories to keep up on here.
Honestly, the one that I could come up with in like the 10 minutes before doing this was I got labels for all of our bags. I got like 50,000 labels, and I should have got the matte and they're glossy.
Oh no!
And it just annoys the shit out of me. No one else has noticed yet.
Labels?
We don't deal in glossy.
No one's noticed. No one's said anything, but
we do now.
I know, so that's okay. I've already made sure the next lot I order are different, but
it's 50,000. There's a few extra.
Yeah, 50,000 just casually.
That's okay. We'll get through them.
I got an email the other day, which I need to reply to. It just crossed my mind from.
Left them on scene, sorry.
Yeah, I did leave them on scene. Yeah, I do. I use a Campbell Atwood
approach
strategy technique and left them on scene. From Chelsea Winter Food Tours.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she's like, "Would you be keen on hosting a food tour?" And I was like, "Would I be keen to host a food tour? Hell yes!" So. Hopefully I'm replaceable on this podcast.
Oh, you're only a special.
I'm just a guest. This might be the year of Cherie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Any more info on it or just?
Well, I have an email back.
It's true.
I'm making them chase me, you know?
Yeah,
It's my
Oh my
tactic.
goodness, playing hard to get, eh?
Hard to get, yeah.
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
Yeah, no, I'm going to email back. That'll be so cool. I reckon people would just love it. Like when I was out for dinner with Viv and Dev would just ask so many questions, and I get really passionate about answering them. I feel like I can explain parts of the food or even the workings of a restaurant in the kitchen. And he's like, why is that chef standing there doing nothing? I'm like, that's the most important man in the kitchen. Like he is watching every single dish go out. Like, and he's like, why is this waitress not wearing the uniform? Stuff like that people maybe wonder that I can give them a really good insight into what goes on, what would go on behind that dish or behind that restaurant. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very true. I always forget that you've got this past chef life
behind you.
I know. I was like, you want a what? Get up, what?
I know. You couldn't imagine it, eh?
Some blazers and gold suits, and that.
God, I was a mess too. I was always covered in food. Absolute. I was a grub. That was what you're laughing at, eh?
Yeah.
I told Cameron, our friend Jess the other day, I was like, I was a grub. I used to finish work at 11 o'clock at night and go straight to the bar, just like chuck my hoodie on, like I smell like a deep fried, a greasy hair. I
remember it. Oh my goodness.
Like, I know I'm not great now, but I've come a long way.
Weren't you the kitchen hand one time, Lorne?
Lorne was a grub too.
No, come on.
He just had to clean up after my grub messes.
That's a story for another day, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We'll see.
Right, is that us?
Oh,
You got dirty dishes, Cam?
yeah, like I guess it's been slow too, really. Only stuff up I've really had in my personal life lately is I sold a pair of RMs the other day, and I'm a bit flustered when I sold them. And like, these are pretty nice boots,
Yeah.
and so I got a bit of money for them. And in my panic, I sent the guy an email saying, "Yeah, here's the bank account. Let me know when it's come through." A couple of days go by, and the guy's like, "Yo, you sent these boots yet?" I said, "No, money hasn't come through yet, mate. I'll send them when it comes." And he sends me like a transfer.
A screenshot of it?
You sent him the wrong bank
Yeah, I
account.
did. So
Oh no.
yeah, it was a big loss for Campbell.
Oh
Hey.
no. So you can't get the money back?
Oh, I just kind of said, yeah, that's on me. Send him the boots, and
Oh really?
Wow.
I guess
I tried to get in touch with the people, but
whose bank account it was? Did you
Yeah.
call the bank?
nah, I didn't call the bank. Well, it's pretty hard for me to call the bank. Like it would
Someone else's bank.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
guy that sent it would have bounced back if that bank account wasn't. So
Right.
someone's got the money. So hey, Merry Christmas, or it was
Nice
Merry
work.
Christmas to them.
That's not ideal.
But anyway, you get that on the big jobs.
Yeah, you do. I guess that's like me getting credit card scammed the other week. I know.
That's next week, I think.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Very good. Oh, well, thanks
Right.
for listening, everyone, if you've made it this far. Hopefully you enjoyed our chat and found it somewhat, I don't know, informative or interesting to listen to at least. But please make sure you give us all the feedback you can.
Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, all of those things.
You'll find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
everywhere.
I don't know.
We're everywhere.
Probably emails soon. No,
Alright.
actually, leaving emails.
Have a good week. See you
Thank you,
next
Tat.
week. Thanks for listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the products that we're talking about, you'll find us at pepperandme.co.nz.